Okay guys, so I put the ladder right there. I climbed up the ladder to cut that branch down. I got to that vent on the roof and I fell. Approximately 16 to 18 feet. There's a good three feet on the roof. I slid down. I hit the gutter. As you can see the bang behind by the tree there where the gutter dips down. And then I fell there. Right there on the ground where the grass turns to dirt. That's where I fell. Okay, guys, so anyway, this is what I've got. And it's bad. And I can't figure out why my camera won't focus. It's a brand new camera. I'm trying to make it work, but I'm nothing but troubles. But anyways, this is a major cut. And like I was saying, the bolt, lands like right about here. And when it tips sideways, the rubber part after the bolt is what jabbed and pushed up. And I think it was just the pressure code when I hit that tip of that bolt. When I hit the bolt and landed with all that pressure, all my body weight landed on the bolt, and then this just went to the side, and I think that's what caused this to rupture, to blow out, because it was, you guys, I could see the bone. I mean, just wide open white. You could just see it was like a white creamy color. It was like freaking out. And like I said, I didn't take my sleeve off right away because it didn't hurt as much as I thought it would if I had cut it, because I've had cuts before, and I could tell almost immediately when I've had cuts, because my sleeve will fill up with blood. And the last time it happened, Mike and I were walking around Walmart, or Myers, one of them, and I got in front of him, and he says, "Holy shit." I said, "What?" He says, "There's something all the way around your thigh. What is that?" And I looked down, and it was right where my sleeve, here, hit my thigh area, and blood was coming out over top of the sleeve and soaking into my pants. And I ran to the bathroom, and we pulled on my pants, and my entire sleeve was filled with blood. And so that was something else. But anyway, so I didn't think I had cut myself because it didn't feel like that, like it did before. And so I went about my day for like an hour or something Saturday night. And then I sat down. I was like, man, I might as well take a look at it since I'm sitting in the living room anyway. And as soon as I went to roll the sleeve down, blood just poured out. For some reason, it didn't get to the top of the sleeve this time. I had caught it before it overflowed, and it just was pouring blood. And I only had one choice: keep calling the ambulance, and then deal with the staples and trying to put my sleeve on and be able to walk with staples or stitches. I didn't know. They probably have done staples though, but I never would have been able to put my sleeve back on, which means I never would have been able to put my leg back on, which means I'd never be able to walk until it was healed and the staples were out. And stitches, I'm pretty sure would have just tore loose. But I don't have anybody. I don't have any help. So my options were very little. And no matter what, I had to be able to walk, because there is nobody to help me with anything. That means there's nobody to reach 3 feet off the floor, because I can only reach 3 feet from the floor, because I'm up my legs, I'm on my hands and knees, and which means I won't be able to. I couldn't reach anything, kitchen wise, bathroom wise. I wouldn't be able to reach anything. Anyways, and there's nobody to help, and then there's nobody to help with the animals and the bird. So it was just wasn't an option. So I put a band-aid across it really tight to hold it shut, and left it like that overnight. I slept overnight with my sleeve on, which I know I'm already going to hear a bunch about the bacteria in the sleeve and blah blah blah. I know, but I didn't have a choice. First night worked out fine. Anyway, so it is really sticking out there. But anyways, I think what's going to happen is I'm going to have to go in to the doctor, and I already know I'm going to have it debrided, and with the debriding, they're going to end up having to open it up. They're going to cut out all this tissue, clean it all up, and probably stitch it anyway. I don't know what I'm going to do, guys, but I wish I could get it to focus, because there is a really, really deep hole in the center there. Up here to the end is where I can still see bone. But it is what it is. That's what happened. Oh, and this lovely bruise here. That's how hard I landed. My cup twisted to the side and snapped into my knee. I got some more down here. But yeah, it was a real lovely fall off the ladder. All because I am trying desperately, you guys. I can't get anybody to help me. I can't get anybody to help with the tree. I can't get anybody to help with the roof. The donations have stopped. Like 24 days ago or something like that was the last donation. I've only got, I think it's $1,340, something like that. But and my subscribers are going down, and I know that's probably because I haven't put any videos out in the past several weeks, because I haven't been well. I haven't been feeling well. I'm having some kidney issues and some other issues with my disease. And then now this. So, but I'm in the middle of editing several videos and just having a hard time concentrating. I just have not been feeling well. But anyways, I wanted to touch base. That's where I fell. That's where I fell. Just inches away from big sticks and big rocks. You can see the dent on the windowsill and the window frame. One of my legs hit that. The chip on the side of the house. Okay, guys, I'm in the basement. You see that water? And there's right there, see that shine? That's more water right there. All this water, that's linoleum on my basement step that is lifted up, and I have to keep stapling it back down. See that wall with the big crack right there? Yeah, I got a hell of a smack in the face yesterday, or day before yesterday. For some reason I can't see it from here. I'll show you another clip in a second. Matter of fact, I'll just walk over there. I gotta watch out for this water. Alright, I'll back up a little bit more so you can see what I'm talking about in a second. But see this cracks? All of this. Now, 21 years ago when I moved in here, this mold was here. I've cleaned it several times, and just don't worry about the mold. I'll tell you anyway. So 21 years ago, I moved in here. Yeah, I looked at my deed of my house, and I just found out. I've been saying 18 years for the longest time. It's been 21 years I've been here. But anyway, this mold was here, and I asked about it, and everybody said different things, and so I just kept cleaning it off and just dealing with it. Well, over the past few years, the spiders are so bad right now. I know they're crawling on me. Over the past several years, this crack has gotten wider, bigger. Then, right when Mike passed away, we were dealing with all of this coming off of the door frame, and we're like, man, the water outside is coming into the basement, and we thought it was from the roof. Mike insisted it was the roof because if we go through this doorway in my basement, it is tore up because the flood. I had to go through here and lift everything and get everything cardboard off the floor, and it was insane. So now the basement is completely trashed. My blood pressure is very high right now, so I'm stuttering. Please bear with me. Don't leave the video, please. Anyway, so since Mike passed away, just the year he passed away, this really started chunking and falling out. Big concrete pieces started falling off. And I'm freaking out. I don't understand what's happening. And then I start thinking and start asking questions, because that's all the way up to the ceiling. Because I just couldn't understand why this wall was falling in, why it's crushing and falling apart. And finally, the city was in the backyard cutting trees away from the telephone poles and stuff. And I went out and talked to a guy, and he came and looked at the trees outside my house and said I had got to get some root killer because this tree is going to come through the basement. And that day before yesterday, I opened the basement door, and that's when I could see the wall is bowing in right here, and right where these cracks are, it is bowing in. If I look from the basement, I can't see it. From the top of the steps, it smacked me in the face. That's when it hit me. That tree has come through the basement. You guys, there are billions and billions of spider webs. See those webs? See all those webs? There are billions of spiders in my house. And I know this because everywhere I go, look at that down there. Look at that. That is all webs. That is all spider webs. Anyways, so I'm going to come down here, clean all this up, and I'm spraying that Gorilla sealant all over. I don't care. I know what's happening, but I've got to stop the bugs. Anyways, so this is the result of the big tree in the backyard that I am trying to get cut down. And it did not hit me that this was the roots, because the way you'll see when I go outside, these steps are outside of my house. It's really strange. It's an add-on, and that add-on is hard to tell where those. I have two trees out there, and it's real hard to tell where those two trees were hitting. And I figured it out a few days ago, and then saw this wall 48 hours ago. But I have finally got some good news. I had a woman come to a garage sale I had a couple years ago, and I had also met her 3 years ago when Mike passed away, and she gave me her business card, which is a tree service. And I finally called her and I said, I have $300 left of my money from my GoFundMe. I said, I only raised $1,400. I have 300 and change left. And I said, that's all I have. And I have two trees that have got to come down. And these are very narrow trees, but they're so tall. And the one that's not doing this damage has grown into my roof, right, curling around my roof, the edge of my roof. And I said, I've got to get them down. And 3 years ago when I met her, she's seen the trees. And she gave me her business card. So I finally called her yesterday. And she says, text me your address. So I text her the address. And I'm waiting to hear back from her right now. But or if she's gonna, I think she's just gonna come out and see. But anyway, she said, how much money do you have? And I'm like, I don't know. How much is it gonna cost? How much more do I need to raise? She said, no, how much do you have right now? And I said, 300. And she said, text me your address. And I'm ecstatic, and I'm praying she'll do it for the 300. Like I said, there are two trees. They're maybe a foot around, maybe. if that. But they're tall. They're a little bit taller than my house, but and very, 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 very few branches. Maybe 3, 4 branches on one, and the other one has like 50 branches that are about this big. I mean, they break if you pull on them. So, I mean, these trees will be easy to get down, and I can't even put root killer on the roots to get this to stop until the trees are cut down, because it's stump killer, not tree killers. So the trees have got to come down before I can put any kind of killer in the roots. But you can see right there, see how that's sunken in? That's where the wall used to be. And then that is where it's coming forward. The wall is coming down. Anybody who knows anything about this stuff, please message me, because I don't know what to do to help it stop, or what do I do to fix it. Am I looking at, is my house going to be totaled, or I don't know what's happening or what to do. I am completely terrified. I mean, I didn't sleep when I first saw this 2 days ago. When I opened the door and I saw the wall, all I did was cry and freak out all day. Then I went to bed. I slept maybe an hour that night. All I could do was cry and think about it and imagine what's going to happen when it comes in. I'm absolutely terrified. So anybody who knows anything about this, please message me. How can I brace the wall more? How can I push it back? How do I stop this from happening? But anyways, so I'm gonna go up to the top of the steps and let you see what I seen. And I mean, look at that big wide crack. And the spider webs, it looks like white mold. The spider webs are billions and billions and billions of them. It's absolutely disgusting. Every time I come down here, I have to grab the broom handle and wave it all around to get the spider webs out of my face. And I mean, they're coming in upstairs. I put bug barrier all around the doorway, so it has stopped a lot of them from coming upstairs. But the heat vents and all that, they still come up. They're coming in from the drain in the basement. They're coming in my bathtub drain. They're everywhere. And I already, I know that is actual dirt from outside. I can actually see dirt. This is scaring me to death. How much longer do I have before this crumbles in? And how is it going to happen? Is the whole wall going to just fall? Somebody tell me, because I don't know what I'm dealing with here. Am I about to lose my whole house? And guys, I don't have property insurance right now. When Mike died, everything changed. Everything, everything in my world changed, and my financial situation had to be really tightened. I mean, I took care of myself and my bills easily while he was alive, but if emergency, something like this crap came up, he would be there for me. And he dies, and wham, everything just starts falling apart. This wall has been like this since he passed, but all of this is new. All big chunks of concrete falling, big chunks of doorway, everything is falling. And these cracks were here, they weren't this thick. And I mean, he died and everything in my life just fell apart. I'm completely alone. I never talked to anybody. You guys are the only people I ever talked to. That's sad. I got a phone that I had to pay a bill for that I don't use, you guys. I've had 3 phone calls. Since July 7th, I've had 3 phone calls. That's it. And I'm ready to turn off my phone. If I didn't need my phone for 911, I wouldn't even have a phone, because it's absolutely useless. Anyway, so anybody know anything can contribute any information, any women out there, if your husbands do any kind of work like this with trees or concrete or houses or basements, anything, please message me. Please, please, please. Tell me what I'm dealing with. Tell me what to do. Alright. I'm gonna go to the top of the steps and I'll show you guys. Guys, I wanted to show you one more thing. I'm always talking about the light switch with wall where the water comes in. That's the light switch. Look at that crack. That's new. That's the wall we were just talking about. Right around the corner is the light switch. That crack is brand new. And now I am really scared. But I just wanted to show you guys. That's where the water comes in. Mike told me it was a plumbing leak. I mean, a roof leak. So I just went along with it because we thought it was coming from way up there. So I'm thinking now that water is coming right there in that crack because it runs straight down here and goes right. It slants all the way to the basement drain. So this is absolutely terrifying.